Hello everyone, I'm Rec5,
And I am Sandman 99.
and welcome back to Fallout 4 G9-13 playthrough.
Yes. And last time, we finished off rescuing Uncle Ken over at the National Park headquarters or something or other. Or National Park Visitor Center? Yeah, the National Park Visitor Center.
Yep.
And of course, when we were over there looking around at things, well, suddenly realized that over here, this was actually an established settlement at Echo Lake Lumber, and the happiness was 2%.
God.
So I had to rush over here, and I actually did this off camera. I rushed over here before I lost control of this settlement, and did some stuff, and now they're at a good solid 55. But
That was really an emergency.
that was really an emergency, yeah, because I very nearly lost control of this settlement. But anyway, yeah, so I've done a few things here. I built a perimeter fence around this settlement, and of course did all the scrapping and everything. And so they've got this nice barn building here that helps to conserve on the fence materials. And this is actually not as large of a settlement as it first appears. And of course I use some of these existing buildings which are just slightly outside the settlement perimeter as part of the defensive, setup as well.
Yep.
And I took advantage of the Place Everywhere mod a little bit to build some scaffolding around the back side of these signs on top of these bleachers. And I'm gathering that they used to have like lumberjack shows or something for the tourists in this place, right? That's why bleachers. And so anyway, I came in here and I built myself some scaffolding so that I could get up here on top. And then I can put some guns on top of these signs, and I also have a little bit of room here that I can put settlers with just the cloth guard posts, placemat type things.
Yep.
And of course, somewhere along the way I acquired a minigun, which I gave to that guy, who is a guard, which is why he's wandering around with a minigun. And I scrapped all of the scrappable items and that kind of thing. Right now, I'm going to attempt to do some repair work on the buildings in this place, because as you can see, some of the buildings are in very bad shape, right?
Yeah, they got all kinds of holes in them and everything.
Yeah. So anyway, and so basically I built a combination of junk wall and chain link security fence.
Mm-hmm.
Just to partition off this area. And I put my workshop in this ruined barn type place, because really like just having a roof over top of it's probably good enough. I see I missed a piece of conveyor that I was going to scrap there. And I put my water purifier there. That's the large one, so that should supply all the settlers. And I'm just feeding it power from that windmill that I put on the roof of what was left of this building. So anyway, I also did some cleaning up in here. And, like cleared out all of the debris and the junk and all that kind of stuff. And this is actually a pretty roomy building, but it really does need
A lot of repair work.
a lot of repair work, which I'm going to attempt to do. And I had a little bit of fun here too, because of course I cleared out this very top area, and I think what I'm going to do is replace these roof pieces, because I think I can scrap these roof pieces and then put my own sort of roof / upper story on this thing, right?
Okay.
And I left this kitchenette area kind of intact. I stuck a sink in there so I've got a source of water to drink when I'm thirsty. And stuck a stove in here for cooking. This desk was here before I left it there, just because I thought it would look good, and same with these lockers. And of course, I put in some Friffy's rugs here, because they have snap points, and they look kind of good when they're all snapped together. And I actually repaired a hole in the floor with a rug right about here. And because the floors in this building are kind of weird, they have like a bit of extra depth to them. So if we go here where the hole is that I repaired and have a look, it's almost like there's a double layered floor, if you know what I mean, right?
Yep,
like
yep.
an upper layer and a lower layer. So it's very hard to place like wood or whatever solid pieces over these floors to repair them. So I just threw a rug over top of that, and now nobody will know the difference. It's perfect.
I take it you can't fall through the rug?
You can't fall through the rug. It's just like walking on a floor. Anyway.
If only rugs were that robust in real life.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll have some iguana on a stick for lunch here. And what time of the day is it? Yeah, it's about mid-afternoon, so we've got some time to do a little building here before it gets dark. So, anyway, what I wanted to first of all draw everyone's attention to this building. Because this building is looks like a very common version of buildings of this type. Where, you know, like if you were to use a TCL command or something and walk through that wall, you'd be in some kind of weird null space.
Mm-hmm.
But this building is different. Okay? So, you'll notice that I can actually scrap this plywood. And if I scrap this plywood, now look at this.
Oh, it's actually got a
usable inside. So I can actually build beds and put them in here and... you know, stuff like that, right? You have to have scrap everything in order to be able to make use of this little feature. But as you can see, now suddenly I've got a ready-built building that I can put all the beds I could possibly need. Well, maybe not all the beds I could possibly need, but I can put a lot of beds in here, right?
Yep.
Because this is actually a pretty good-sized building.
Barrack-style living for the high-flying, classy people of the Commonwealth.
That's right. Well, and Far Harbor. Well, what can you do? I mean, you know, if you have the ability to attract even a couple dozen settlers. Uh-oh. What just happened?
Oh, just a rendering error or something.
Okay, it's just a rendering error or something, yeah. Okay, we're fine. It's just one of those things that happens. I guess maybe I'll... have a look from the other direction here. There we go. It probably doesn't like it 100%. You know, that I'm doing this little trick. And sometimes if you look from a certain direction, it can do that kind of stuff. But if you, you know, go and look from a different direction, everything is fine, right?
Yep. You'll just have to double check sometime to make sure all these beds are sheltered and all.
Yeah, well...
and if they're not, I guess you could just ram a roof piece over top of these beds.
Well, let's have a look. Right, we'll just point at one of these, and if I can, we'll pause for a second so I can find the console command here.
All right. And you found the console command.
Yes, and so what we do is we'll enter the console, and we'll point at this bed and click, and then we will type get AV 334. And it says 1, and that means that it is in fact a sheltered bed, right?
Nice.
Where it says get actor value bed, and then those two greater than symbols, and then 1.
Yep.
Well, if that value was 0, then that would mean it's not a sheltered bed. So these are in fact sheltered beds inside this nice,
mildly buggy but
mildly
building.
buggy but pre-built building. So there you go.
Oh, you might want to make sure there's walking space between those two beds on the end. Just at the right here where the bed was kind of crooked.
Yeah. I probably need to move this double row over just a little bit here. So things were getting a little bit crooked after a while. There. It's not art, but it'll probably do.
Good enough.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, if you have the mods scrap everything and place anywhere, and I may have the wording of those slightly wrong, you can do a lot of different things with a building like this. For example, this brick building corner is completely destroyed, right? There's a huge hole. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do a little bit of measuring here and just see what we can do here. It looks as though they also have some oddball sized pieces in here.
That could potentially work in your favor, though, given the double thick floors.
Yeah, given the double thick floors, maybe. But one of the things that you can do here is, you know, like just measuring for size. It kind of looks like, okay, well, maybe. Okay, but anyway, we can scrap this corner. Now it's gone. And then we can put in... Oh, look, there's a sort of like a little slot that it'll sit down in, right? And of course, there's a certain amount of eyeballing here because, of course, it's nearly impossible to correctly measure here. But we'll try and get the inside of this wall, like this here and this here, pretty close to that line.
Yep.
Which should give us a reasonably straight
outer wall.
And we may have to... I don't know whether we need to move that in or not. We'll have to see. Because now... Yeah, okay. Now we can do this. And then we can maybe put this one on the end there as well. Let's see how that looks on the inside here. Not too bad. Okay.
Yeah, you can always fill the hole on the inside where the floor doesn't hit with another post or something.
And we can probably get rid of this little piece of roof here. And then just stick a floor piece up there. Okay, so we have now repaired the corner of this building.
Do you have a seam in that floor? If you look up at it?
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, we'll put like a piece right here for the moment. We'll have to go upstairs and see what that looked like, right? Oops. Upstairs.
Can't even see it.
Yeah, so I guess that's where the double-walled floors come in, right? Yeah.
So that'll work out just perfect then.
Yeah, that's good stuff, actually. Yep. I think that's going to work out just fine. So we have successfully repaired the corner of this building on the ground floor. And I'm not sure whether you can put a door in that doorway or not. Whether it'll accept a door. Doesn't look... Yes, it will. Oh, look at that. That's the vanilla wall there, right? But I guess it had the snap points to accept a door.
Nice.
And of course we've got a door on here already. Now, if we want to repair this hole, and I'm not sure whether we can actually get rid of that computer terminal or not. For some reason, that's not a scrappable item. Right? Who knows why. But I think we're going to make F5 our friend here. And then we're going to attempt
to disable it?
A disable here. So we'll go into the console. We'll make sure we're pointing at that, right? And then we'll type disable and see if that works. Yes, it does. So that gets rid of that pesky monitor that's hanging out the window there, right?
Yeah, how the hell would it even, something that heavy would be hanging out a window? How?
Well, it was hanging by the cord, so I guess the cord is, you know, like
really
made out of like, you know, braided steel cable or something, so that it could, you know, with some kind of really good insulator over top of it, so that it would actually last for 200 plus years, right?
Yeah, because that shit is heavy, man.
Yeah. Well, you know, sometimes they did things for atmosphere that weren't necessarily logical, right?
Yeah.
At least that's what I think that was the deal with that. So we can do something else here too, maybe. If we go back in here. Okay, it looks like we can get rid of that chunk of building wall right there. And just as a little experiment, I'm going to try and see if we can do this. And there's a reason for this. Okay.
You're looking to extend...
Well, I'm thinking that a person could at least put in a doorway there so that you could, you know, maybe put a gun turret or a guard post or something on top of that. And also I want to repair that wall with the hole in it right there too, right? So we'll have to go... It looks like it sticks out a little bit here. So if we get rid of that piece... Oh, okay, there's like an edge piece there too, right?
Yep.
Just a little tiny edge piece. And we'll get rid of that piece, and we'll get rid of that piece. And then, what we'll do, just to connect things together, is we'll put a wall there.
Oh, you know what you could do to
there.
fill that gap is put another one of those vertical pillars that you put in.
Yeah, or we can just stick this in here too, right? We'll see if that works. And then we'll store that piece because we'll go up here and we'll put a doorway piece in there.
Yep. The only thing you'll have to check is the upper seam to make sure that's closed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, nobody said this was going to be easy. And I've never really attempted this to this level of detail before.
Oh, you just walked past it.
Oh, did I just walk? Yeah, I did just walk past it.
Yeah, turn left and
move our
look
stove out of the way.
Yep, looks sealed.
Okay, so long as it doesn't
Yeah, on the second floor, yeah.
overlap or into the stairs here or something too, right? Yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah. That'll work. Okay, so now we need a doorway piece here, right? There, okay. There. So now we have a nice repaired wall on the next floor upward. And we have a doorway out here, and we can put a gun turret that points right at that gate. And maybe even put a guard post up here or something too, right?
And F5 is your friend after all that.
Yes, it is.
Because all this shit is hard work.
Well, you hate to have to repeat yourself when you're doing this kind of thing, right? So anyway, we won't worry about internal walls just yet. We'll still work on trying to fix outside walls.
The internal walls are just part of the character of the building, right?
Yeah, that's right.
That's what they're going to sell you on HGTV?
Yeah, because you know what? We started over here on this corner, but in order to make things more or less continuous, I'm going to have to find a way to maybe connect and then move pieces in order to get over to here, right?
Yep.
And I still haven't quite figured out how I'm going to do that just yet. Because this side of the building is almost completely destroyed, and it's going to need a lot of work to fix it.
Yep.
And I'm still, like I said, I still haven't quite figured out how I'm going to do that yet.
One idea is you might be able to place a floor piece on the outside, and then place another floor piece, and then move the original floor piece, and just kind of do that to retain your alignment.
Yeah.
Over and over again, cycling the two floor pieces.
That was the idea I wanted. Oh, I need to drink of water. Drink of water now.
Good thing you got that sink.
Yeah, well, that's why I put that in there. It's that plumbing miracle. Okay, so this whole upper attic area is completely destroyed. So what I'm going to do here, we just F5, didn't we?
I'm pretty sure we did, yes.
Yeah, okay.
All we did was talk.
What I'm going to do here is I'm going to basically just scrap these pieces, okay? Okay, I think I can get away with scrapping those wall pieces as well. Because I think this is how I'm going to get over to the other side. Okay. Air duct. Okay, goodbye air duct. And that wall piece and that wall piece. So now I think we can probably connect, yeah, see, we'll connect a wall piece there. And we'll connect a wall piece there. And then we'll just have a look at this just to see what it looks like. Okay, that looks like it'll still work. It doesn't obstruct the stairwell or anything like that, right? So now, what we can do in order to get over to this area here is we can put a piece up here. Right? And this is more or less... Uh-oh, I'm falling through the floor. This is going to be more or less, you know, like how we make it across here, right?
Yep.
So I'm going to, you know, do the amazing gravity-defying thing over here until we get to this side of the building. And then we'll just see about, you know, like building walls downward on that end, and then we'll have to go and see what that looks like from here.
You might be able to pad it out on the end with a pillar or something.
Maybe. I don't know. I've got to see how this lines up with the outside wall on this end. We'll just drop down there. Okay, there. See? Now, I'm not sure what that looks like. Is there an intermediate floor in there? Or are we just going to repair the wall itself, right? Kind of thinking probably we'll just repair the wall itself. We can get this piece to swing around. No, it doesn't want to swing around for us.
Might be able to get it to swing around if you go inside and try from the inside.
Yeah, well, I've got to have a look here and see if there is an intermediate wall in here too, right? Floor. There is an intermediate floor. But we do have half-height wall pieces here, right? So we'll see how that fits. Perfectly, right?
Yep.
So we stick another one of those in here.
Oh, you had it, but
yeah,
then
I had it, and then
you
I
lost it. There.
Okay. Right. So that doesn't interfere with this doorway. Okay. Then we can go here. Alright, so that's not going to quite work out the way I had planned.
You might be able to use a full wall piece there again, now that you're coming around the edge.
Well, let's see here. See, these are not fully evenly... see that? They've got like a half foundation piece
Yep.
there, which is kind of weird. So that's going to be a little bit of a problem. Strange that they would do that. Okay. So we're going to end up with, because I don't have any half width, you know, like pieces for this, right? They just didn't make any in the set. So we're going to have to make a executive decision here. And I think what I'm going to do, maybe, is I'm going to see if I can scrap that half width piece and put in like a full width piece, right? You know, like we'll get rid of this wall here and that wall, and you know, like we can get rid of this warehouse floory kind of thing, maybe, and see if we can snap in. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. We'll just expand the width of the building a little.
It actually looks like that's your workbench there, so...
Yep, that's my workbench there.
You could build a little entryway to that.
Well, let's see what that looks like there. So we could just build it right up to there and just do that, right?
And then just add floor pieces in.
Yeah, if we can. We might be a little bit too close to the, you know, like maybe we'll just leave the existing floor pieces in there. Because I don't think I can actually snap a...
What about a small concrete piece or something? Oh, there you go.
Yeah, see, I can pop that in there. And then the rest of this, the ground kind of comes up anyway there, right?
Yep.
So there really isn't much I can do with that. I guess we don't really need this piece now. And we can probably put in some... Okay, before we go too much further with that, we'll go back upstairs again and see what that looks like.
You might have to use the double thick wall or floor roofs.
Actually,
oh, no,
this is going to line up just fine, I think.
You can even repair the rest of the hole in the wall.
Yeah.
Or hole in the floor.
Yep. It's just you have
it's
to
almost looking like you could rebuild this whole side of the building doing this.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm trying to do. But we had to use these half-height pieces because they have this weird half-height floor, you know, in here. So, anyway, we can continue on with this. However, it's getting dark. Maybe what we should do is go and have a nap here and wait for a little more daylight because I got carried away with this and maybe people might be having a hard time seeing what we're doing here too.
Well, this way too you won't get attacked by vampires.
That too. Although at this stage of the game I think that I'm probably more than a match for any vampire I might possibly encounter. Well, looks like 10 Pines Bluff successfully defended themselves. Okay. Back to building repair. Okay, so yeah, we can just pop that in there. That goes in there. We can get rid of this wall now. And that wall piece.
Wow, that wall piece is made out of a lot of junk.
Yeah. We'll have to have a look up here. Maybe we can scrap this roof, this sloped roof piece too, right? And just continue on with the...
building up.
Building, well, from the roof above that we started, right?
Yep.
Anyway, we got one more piece to snap in the corner there. And then we can put in a
Well, you
wall.
might have to do your half-height wall thing all the way around.
Oh, yeah, right. You're right. We'll do the half-height wall thing first. But that puts some windows into the place too, right?
Perfect to shoot out of. Well, maybe not exactly perfect, but...
I was thinking more bright and cheery, but, you know, okay, yeah, you could probably shoot out of them too. Did I get that?
Nope,
Yeah.
it's facing the wrong way, I think.
No, it's facing the right way. It's okay. Yeah, it's good.
Yep.
Okay. There. See, and it looks like if we go back up onto the roof now, see, this is nice now, right? It's all fixed up. It looks good. A little bit rough with the floor here, but, you know, like, I think that's about as good as a person's going to really be able to get, right?
You can always cover it all with rugs later anyways.
We'd always cover it all with rugs later anyway, and no one will know the difference. That's right.
So that's how you flip houses, huh?
Yes, this is the home renovation show. Yeah, see, we can probably get rid of all of this sloped roof now, right?
F5.
Yeah. We will do that. And then we will take the pause that refreshes.
All right. And we're back.
Yes, and so we will continue to just scrap this
Stupid roof.
rather pointless and useless roof. Whoops. Oh, there. No, no.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
No, no. Okay, well, that's fine. We can get it from down here, too. Okay. So now, back up the stairs we go.
Yeah, it looks like now you could just wall it all off.
Pretty much, yeah. It looks like I could even get rid of this leaning roof piece here a little bit too.
Yeah, and then just wall that all off.
Yeah. So maybe we'll do that too. I'm not sure if that's going to... Maybe we'll see if that will fit. Over there.
You might need a floor piece in there.
Yeah, well, we'll start putting some floor pieces in, and I think we'll probably start putting them in over here. Right?
Oh, look at that. You can even floor over the hole.
Yep. And we can get a floor piece in there, and one in there. One in there. One in there. Just to fill in those spots. Then we can even put in a doorway piece there.
Yeah, you could throw gun turrets out there.
And that can be another, yeah, gun emplacement, right? Yeah. Nice. Okay. Maybe we'll put a set of stairs up there too, because we need to have some roof access, right?
Sure, why not? Yeah, you might even be able to clean up this little segment too.
Yeah, well, there is a hole in the roof there, isn't there?
There is.
Where does this wonderful
Duct.
I think we can get rid of that too. We'll get rid of the air duct. And then we'll head back in. Okay, so I think we're looking pretty good here. We'll leave that in, because that kind of almost looks like a support beam, right?
Yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah, so we'll leave that alone. And then... we'll throw some more wall pieces in here. And yeah, I think we'll get rid of this as well. And that little stub of wall, this thing. And then we'll just see if we can just stick a floor piece right in there.
Perfect.
We'll put a wall there, and we'll put a doorway piece right there.
See, the little splintery parts of floor are just a character thing, right? They just left the original flooring in and put the new one in from underneath.
That's right. Because, you know, like we do that kind of thing out here in the wasteland, right? But anyway, it gives another place where you can put like a gun turret, and it gives you a bit of a view of that part of the property, right?
Yep.
And then we'll throw some more... Okay, and I think we're very nearly done restoring this building.
Yeah, you'll almost have to look pretty hard in order to find another part of it that you haven't.
See, and then we've got this great big huge flat area up here, and I like building flat roof buildings, because then you can do stuff like, you know, put your wonderful environmentally friendly wind farms up there and that kind of thing.
Well, it's not like it snows in the wasteland either.
No. So, there you go. Wind farm. Just for all you tree-hugging environmentalists out there.
Every time you put a windmill down, I die a little on the inside.
I like windmills. I think they're cool. That's why this was one of the very first mods that I ever made, actually. I went in and I made windmills produce 8 power instead of 3. Because the amount of materials that you need to actually build a windmill in this game is absolutely silly, right?
Yep.
And to have to expend all those resources so that you can generate 3 power, when you could just put one of these stupid little things here in that generates the same amount of power and requires way less stuff, well, you know, why would you build a windmill, right?
Exactly. Why would you ever build a windmill?
Well, now, though, I've made them more economical because they actually are, short of the nuclear reactors, they are actually one of the best power generating units in the game, right? And tree-hugging environmentalists will like it too. Yes, I know. It's all about the oil, but...
Yes! Oil and gas!
Yeah. You know, I think I can put a few heavy laser turrets up here.
Well, your entrance should be pretty well defended now.
Yeah, well, I got some heavy guns up there, and I got some heavy laser turrets up here, and I got some guns on top of that barn building there.
Yep.
So yeah, I think we're doing just fine. Now, we just have to connect our power together over there. And get some power down to the ground.
You can put a little power pylon on this corner piece here.
Yep. Oop, I missed.
Hmm.
I don't know. I think I'm going to keep this ruined, whatever this was, just because it's kind of atmospheric, right? It doesn't really serve any purpose, but what the hell, why not?
Well, it doesn't look like it would be too hard to repair if you actually wanted to repair it anyways.
It's too high. I can't reach it. I'm going to have to go back up the stairs. So I could also probably repair this interior wall too, right?
Yep.
Assuming that I have a existing piece to graft onto that. Maybe what we'll do is we'll start by clearing those out. And then
You might be able to bring a wall piece down from the roof.
yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking. I'm just looking at where I can do that. Looks like I can do that here.
Yeah, you could actually fudge a floor piece in, almost.
Yeah. Right there. Okay, let's go back around. We'll have to rescue our sink now. But we can probably... you know what? I'm going to leave that there. It's not hurting anything, so... There, we'll just stick our sink on this wall here instead.
Funny how you have to be standing at a certain angle before the sink will allow you to place it.
You know what? The way that sinks, these sinks in the game work is kind of strange anyway. But anyhow. Where are we? Here we are. Over here. Yeah. So we need to fit in now a just a half height. Actually, we can do this with warehouse pieces too, because they have a half height wall piece in this that doesn't waste a bunch of glass. Come on.
Nope. It's going to snap to everything except for what you want.
Yeah.
You know, you might be able to
I might be able to just put the floor piece in here anyhow, right? Because it might just snap to the existing pieces that I've already got there. I can, oop, I had it there. There. Right. Maybe we'll try one of these. Or one of those.
Maybe angle yourself coming from the railing and looking back.
They'll try from below. Sometimes that can work too. Or we could just get rid of those pieces. Oh, okay, not all of them are scrappable by the looks of it.
Well, that's okay, though. Now you can put that piece there.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Okay, we're gonna have to put a half piece in. There. Because that was interfering with the,
You'll have to redo the railing now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Or stick a rug over it.
We'll get rid of this. We'll just get rid of that. How about that? So we can just do it like this. We'll have just a cutout there. And then we can,
stick some railing pieces there.
Mm-hmm. There. Got a bit of an open spot there, but we can be creative about that. We can stick something like a cabinet or something there, maybe.
Yep.
So, there we go. Now we fixed the holes in the floor over here. It all looks pretty good, I think.
Yeah, you could probably put another wall piece in to fill in this gap in the wall, too.
Yeah. Oop. Yeah, and then we'll just get rid of this broken wall piece here. Stick this one in here. Okay, so there's not much I can do about this.
You could fill it with pillars.
Yeah, maybe, eh? Oh, look at that. They even snapped there. Look at that.
Nice.
Well, that one does anyway, because it's probably snapped onto the bottom of a... Yeah, see, I can't put any more in. That's it.
Concrete posts?
Yeah, they're too short, though. They don't fill the whole height. I think it's fine. We'll just leave that the way it is. It's an interior wall anyway, so it doesn't matter that much. So, there we go. We've got now pretty much from the top down, we've got our house rebuilt. If we look at it from around the outside here, it actually looks not half bad, hey?
Yep, it's looking pretty good. You could even stick a door in there.
Maybe. We'll stick doors in wherever we can. Yeah, see? We just left that space there more or less untouched. What can we do with this?
F5.
Yeah. We'll just test fit here first. I'm not sure I can even find a...
It might be fine if you just got rid of that interior wall.
Yeah,
crap.
It's funny there. It wants to...
Snap up like that.
Yeah, well, there must be like a half-height wall there or something. I don't know.
Yep.
Right. I'm not sure what's above there. In that area there might this might be like a solid part of the building. It's kind of underneath here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sort of half-height floor that's in here kind of messed things up a little bit. It made it a little bit harder to do this, right?
Well, you might just be able to just get rid of that building wall and just ignore it.
Maybe.
Just make it open.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to do any harm.
And now people can more easily enjoy that wonderful painting that's making them happy.
Yeah, right. That actually, interestingly enough, this is the only building in all of Fallout 4 that I have ever noticed where there were existing paintings that already had the happiness tag on them. Yeah, strange. Okay, so I think we've got a pretty good looking spot here. This was going to be my shop area anyway, I think. Right. Then I don't know what I was going to do with this, but now suddenly you have quite a lot of space, eh?
Yep.
To work with.
Oh, you gotta put your stove back.
And we'll put our stove back. We'll put it against this nicely newly repaired wall now. There. So, anyway, yeah.
Yeah, if you go to the bottom floor and then take a left right here at this stairway, you might be able to fill in this doorway too.
Yep. Well, we'll have a look here and see if we can. Oh yeah, look at that. We could even put some nicer doors in too, because I do have an assortment of different types of doors. Right? You even put screen doors in. See, there's a door in that one already. There's a door in that doorway already. Okay, no doorways here.
Oh, there you go. See, that's what you could do with a door. That one, like, area where you've got the overhanging railing, just stick a door in there.
There, see that? There's a door there.
Yep.
And a door there. Okay, I guess we can probably stick one in here too. Huh?
And that's how you build your $1 million dream home out of
Yeah, out of 6 tin cans and a scrap of wood. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think it turned out pretty well.
Yeah, I think so too.
It looks good. You know, like it. Well, it looks good by Fallout 4 standards, anyway. Oh yeah, I was going to connect that power to that thing now too, wasn't I?
Yeah, you totally forgot about that, I guess.
Yeah, well, saw something shiny. What can I say?
It's those doorways, man.
Yep, those doorways. So it's not 100% perfect, but I think it looks pretty good.
It's good enough.
I mean, for the little bit of time that I spent on it, really. How long have we been at this now, anyway?
Oh, about 50 minutes.
Yeah, okay, so less than an hour that it took, you know, after scrapping, right? Because I did all the scrapping ahead of time, mostly. Might be able to reach up to there from here.
Yep.
There, so now all our power sources are connected together as well. So there's a lot of space here, a lot of usable space that you could use for almost anything, right? Even though this isn't an extremely large settlement as far as Fallout 4 settlements go.
It's got more than enough space for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I put up a recruitment beacon. So hopefully we should start attracting some settlers here before too long. We'll check see if we've got a settlement recruitment. Yeah, there we go. And we'll have some lunch while we're at it here. Maybe we should go and do some cooking, because I think I got some stuff I can cook. And our settlement recruitment beacon doesn't seem to be on.
Oh, did you forget to flip the switch?
No, sometimes these things are buggy. Like you have to flip the switch a couple of times in order to get it to start working.
Just give it some percussive maintenance.
Yeah. Oh, there. Oh. Maybe I was just impatient, right? Hello. Sometimes these things get it backwards too, like they think off is on,
Yep.
you know?
Yep.
Which is kind of strange, but anyway. Let's just turn it off for a minute and leave it.
You know, I've heard punt guns are pretty good at fixing
Attention,
things.
Commonwealth residents.
See that? Isn't that weird?
Looking for a safe place to settle. Home in on these coordinates. If you're
There, see?
So I guess it is on, it's just,
Well, I guess off is on, right?
well, maybe it's a bug too. Maybe it's not actually on when you do that, because do you have the signal now on your radio?
Yeah, just give it a second and it'll come on.
Oh, bug Thesda.
Now maybe I have to go turn it back on again.
Yeah, I think you're better off just leaving it on. I bet you it's one of those things where, like, the script is screwed up, but as long as it's on and you get the signal, like, I think the fact that you...
Commonwealth residents.
There, now it's working.
Are you looking for
Yep.
a safe place to settle? Home in on these coordinates. If you're willing to work hard, you can make the Commonwealth a better place.
Okay. There, we'll just quickly turn that off again so we don't get any copyright strikes because we're listening to America the Beautiful or whatever the hell that music is that's playing there.
See, technically speaking though, right, like, if the Minutemen settle Far Harbor, then doesn't Far Harbor just become an extension of the Commonwealth?
Well, I suppose.
Right? Right? It's all just Commonwealth. The Commonwealth Empire. There you go.
Well,
That's what it is.
It is getting to be a bit of an empire, actually. One that is completely maintained by a single person. which is why I have to run around everywhere like a chicken with my head cut off all the time.
Yeah, because you don't just have a throne room where people can come up with messengers to talk to you.
Yeah.
And you can command them from afar.
So anyway, I'm going to head back now toward National Park Visitor Center, because that one I scrapped it, but I haven't actually done any building there yet. And oddly enough, I was following the paths, because there are paths on the map here, and I discovered another red rocket settlement too.
Nice.
So I could, you know, like, get this place built up. I could get settlers built up here, and then I'd have interconnecting supply lines from that red rocket to all of these places.
And then suddenly you're a lot more connected than
And
you
then
once
we could
were.
run connections down to the extreme south there, because I think I'm probably discovered pretty well all of the settlements on the island now, I'm assuming anyway. But anyway, I guess we could start heading back toward there. Because I think we'll have to leave this settlement now for a little while and let it grow. And then we can come back and furnish and things like that later. Because that's the thing too, right? You can lavish all kinds of attention and you know, like really furnish a place up and make it look really good, but it takes hours and hours and hours to do that kind of thing. You know, if you're going to really
Invest time
the time into it. And that's why, you know, one of the reasons why I've been playing this game for all the years since it came out. Pretty much, and it's been my favorite all-time game, because you can do that kind of stuff, and if you like that sort of thing, you know, like I really like building stuff, and I like turning settlements into, you know, like showpieces and stuff like that. I guess I don't have that Sim Settlements mod, but I'm assuming from what I've read that that's one of the reasons why that's a popular mod, because it apparently goes all out as far as details and stuff go for you know, building and developing settlements, right?
Yep.
But anyway, it just seemed a little bit overly complicated to me, and just because of the way that my game was built already and that kind of thing. Oh, look at this.
Damn, that gun is strong.
Yeah, and you know what else is even better? Is that I was looking in the chem workbench and I discovered that I can make the ammunition for this gun at the chem workbench.
Oh, nice. So you don't have to switch to energy after all.
That's right. I don't have to switch to regular fusion cells after all. I can just keep on, you know, like making I can make fire lance rounds. So here is that red rocket that I found. So I could come in here and scrap this place, and then I've got the nice starting building, and it looks like it's got
A reasonable amount of farmland.
a reasonable amount of farmland. I mean, it's, you know, I haven't scrapped here or anything like that. I basically look at how far it extends that way, right? Uh-oh. Coastal Cottage is under attack. Anyway, now I need to get my bearings again here, because we need to make our way toward the visitor center, which I think is somewhat up this way. As you can see, there's all sorts of little paths and things like that through here
That aren't marked on the map yet.
well, they're sort of marked on the map, but they're faint, you know, like you have to really look for them.
Yep.
And in practice, they're actually quite hard to see. But you've got these things too, right? Trail markers. And if you're observant enough, you can see those and kind of follow them as well. And then the trail branches here somewhere. And if I go to the left, I'll end up at the visitor center, and if I go to the right, I'll end up out in the middle of nowhere. So we'll go this way.
Well, at least you're starting to get the hang of navigating around this place.
Yeah, because this path is a path, but you wouldn't recognize it as such, you know, unless you were really looking for it, right? But so long as you see all the trail markers and pay attention, well, then it actually makes traveling from place to place on the island fairly quick. So I did do a little bit of work here. I did do a lot of scrapping. I haven't done anything to restore the main building there yet. And I just put a cheap and dirty little power thing in here so that I could put a computer in, because I did put up a settlement beacon. And I'm using this kind of little, what was once sort of like a picnic area or something, I suppose. I'm using this as my workshop. And I basically put up a junk fence wall, and I'm not using the entire area of the place because this is actually a pretty large settlement. And I think that just this area that's fenced off right here is probably more than sufficient to support any number of settlers that I would get in this place, right?
Yeah, all you'd have to do is finish repairing up the building and whatever.
Yeah, but anyway, I don't know if people will have had fun watching today while we restored the sawmill building. But maybe leave us a comment and a like if you like this kind of thing. And if you want to see more of it, then, like, I like doing this kind of stuff, and I'd be quite happy to, spend some time trying to maybe restore this building, which would be a bit of a challenge too, because as you can see, there's lots of destroyed corners and roofs and that kind of thing, right?
Yep.
There's plenty of potential here to have to do, lots of building repairs and stuff like that, to make this place look presentable. So, including this entire, whatever this is. And half the roof is missing on this end, right?
Yep.
So, yeah, it looks like it might be,
an interesting project.
An interesting project to take on. But I'm not going to, inflict that kind of thing on people if they're not really interested in it, so let us know if you like it. Mm-hmm. I think maybe we'll call it an episode here. We must be pretty close to an hour, so that's probably enough.
All right.
This was mainly a settlement building episode, but
yeah, your favorite show on HGTV.
Yeah. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this.
Indeed.
And so next time, depending on what kind of response we get to this, maybe we'll do a little more of this, or maybe we'll go and hunt some monsters somewhere.
All right.
Until then,
I'm RecB5.
And I am Sandman 99.
Have a good one.